Have you ever wondered what truly makes life worth living, especially as you grow older? Is it the big milestones, the flashy achievements, or could it be something far simpler, yet more profound? If you're ready to discover the secrets to living a vibrant, fulfilling life well into your golden years, this video is for you. Stick with us to the end, because what you learn here could change the way you look at aging, health, and happiness forever. Throughout this video, we'll dive into the key habits and mindsets that experts and wise individuals from all walks of life have shared over the years. These practices are not just about living longer, but living better. From the importance of quality sleep to the power of staying curious and the incredible benefits of gratitude, we'll explore the simple yet impactful ways to improve your life today. But that's not all. We'll also take a closer look at the life lessons that can help you build a meaningful legacy. Just like Mildred, who made an empowering decision to stay in her family home, and how you can apply that same strength to your own life choices. By the end, you'll be inspired to take control of your health, your happiness, and your future with practical actions that lead to lasting transformation. So, why should you keep watching? Because the last 3 tips could transform your daily routine and mindset in ways that might just surprise you. By the time this video ends, you'll be armed with tools to create a richer, more meaningful life, no matter your age. Let's dive in. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing them. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. Move your body every single day. Dr. Jess Chen, a remarkable 92-year-old doctor whose unwavering dedication spanned over 65 years of service, once said something that has stuck with me ever since: "A body that moves stays in motion." Those words, so simple yet so powerful, hold the key to unlocking vitality and longevity in our lives. They remind us that movement isn't just about exercise. It's a fundamental declaration of life, a choice to live with purpose, embrace the beauty of existence, and honor the gift of health. For me, the movement has become much more than a task or routine. It's a form of self-respect, a promise that I am not just living day to day but actively engaging with my life, my body, and my spirit. It's easy to forget that even small, seemingly insignificant actions, like stretching in the morning, taking a gentle walk, or tending to your garden, can have profound effects. These little motions aren't just about staying physically fit. They soothe our souls, refresh our minds, and remind us of the beauty of simply being. They are acts of nurturing, moments when we honor the very body that carries us through this world. The truth is undeniable. The human body is meant to move. It's built for it, designed for it. And yet, modern life has made us more sedentary than ever before, too often trapping us in stillness. Stagnation isn't just an inconvenience. It's an enemy of our well-being. As we age, the stakes are raised. For older adults, especially men, staying active isn't just important, it's a lifeline. We know from countless studies and research that regular physical activity significantly reduces the risks of heart disease, diabetes, and cognitive decline, those silent, insidious enemies that rob us of quality years. The more we move, the more we protect ourselves from these invisible threats. Think about it. Just 30 minutes of moderate activity every day, something as simple as a walk, gardening, or even climbing a few extra stairs, can extend your life. It's not just time spent exercising. It's an investment in your future, in your health, in your joy, and in your independence. It may not seem like much at the moment, but those 30 minutes will accumulate, slowly but surely, giving you dividends that will last a lifetime. As Aristotle so wisely put it, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. By turning movement into a daily ritual, we cultivate a habit of excellence, one that builds health and resilience. I understand that the thought of starting a new routine can feel daunting. But trust me when I say, It doesn't have to be a grand gesture. The key is consistency, not intensity. Start small. Walk for 5 minutes. Take the stairs one more time today. Try a few stretches or gentle yoga poses. These small steps might seem insignificant at first, but they are the seeds from which powerful, life-changing habits grow. With patience and persistence, you will begin to see the transformation, not only in your body but in your outlook on life. As you begin this journey of movement, don't be surprised if your energy increases, your mood lifts, and a renewed sense of purpose start to take root within you. You'll begin to feel alive in a way you might not have experienced in years. And each time you move, ask yourself, how can I honor my body today? What can I do to nourish it, to keep it thriving? We live in a world that often pushes us toward comfort and outward stillness, but we are not meant to remain stationary. Your body is not some machine destined to wear down and rust. It's a magnificent, resilient masterpiece, capable of flourishing well into our later years. It deserves more than to be forgotten or neglected. It deserves to be cherished, engaged with, to be cared for. This is not just about physical exercise. It's about rediscovering the vitality that lies within us all. It's about reclaiming our zest for life, one simple movement at a time. So, as you step into each new day, remember that every stretch, every step, and every motion is a testament to your resilience, your strength, and your commitment to living fully. It's your way of saying, I am here to thrive, not merely exist. 2. Eat like your life depends on it, because it does. In today's fast-paced world, where fast food is often just a click away, and convenience frequently outweighs the importance of health, we must remember one simple, undeniable truth. What we eat is not just a matter of taste, it's a matter of life and death. What we choose to fuel our bodies with every day doesn't just determine how long we will live, but the quality and vitality of those years. It's a hard reality, but the food you eat today will echo throughout your tomorrow. You don't have to be a nutritionist to understand this. It's a truth that transcends science and speaks directly to the heart of how we care for ourselves. Think for a moment about the timeless wisdom and the golden rule that doctors have been echoing for generations. Eat real food, not too much, mostly plants. It may sound simple, but the profound significance behind this advice cannot be overstated. It's not just about longevity. It's about embracing life with energy, vitality, and the kind of strength that carries you through the highs and lows of your years. It's about being able to live with dignity, not just existing from one day to the next. And yet, in our modern world of quick fixes, processed meals, and sugary temptations, it's easy to forget this fundamental truth. We settle for what's fast and easy, unaware that we are slowly, silently, depriving our bodies of the nourishment they desperately need. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. This isn't about hopping on the latest trend or following the next diet fad. This is about giving your body what it truly deserves. Whole, unprocessed foods that nourish every cell, mind, and soul. We've been warned over and over about the dangers of sugary, processed meals. They might provide temporary satisfaction, but they will never give us what we truly need. We may indulge in that sugary snack or processed meal, but at what cost? The short-term pleasure is often followed by long-term consequences. Fatigue, weight gain, sluggishness, and a higher risk of chronic diseases like heart disease, diabetes, and even cancer. These aren't just statistics. They are realities that many of us will face if we don't make the shift now, today, before it's too late. I want you to imagine your body as a fully tuned machine. Would you ever put low-quality gas in a high-performance car? Of course not. You'd want the best fuel for that engine, to ensure it runs smoothly and for years to come. Your body is no different. When you nourish it with quality food, fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, you provide it with the resources it needs to operate at its highest potential. This isn't just a fleeting benefit. This is about longevity, vitality, and strength well into your later years. The research is crystal clear. A nutrient-dense diet can help lower your risk for a host of chronic diseases and enhance your quality of life. The right food, with all its vitamins, antioxidants, and healthy fats, can drastically reduce inflammation, improve heart health, and boost your immune system. It's not just about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years. Take inspiration from the blue zones, regions of the world where people not only live to 100, but do so with vigor, energy, and mental clarity. From Okinawa to Sardinia, these people don't just eat to survive, they eat to thrive. Meals are centered around simple, wholesome ingredients like legumes, nuts, olive oil, and vegetables. Perhaps most importantly, these meals are shared with others, making food a communal experience, not just a solitary act. Food, in these communities, is a source of joy and connection, rather than a rushed necessity. It's a ritual, a celebration of life itself. The act of nourishing their bodies is a daily reminder to honor and respect the temple that is their physical being. As the wise words of Hippocrates resonate through the ages, "Let food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food." These are not just words. They are a call to action. It's an invitation to reflect on how we treat our bodies and how food can be a powerful tool for healing, prevention, and vitality. But I know, in today's world, it can feel like a challenge. We're busy. We're overwhelmed. The temptation to reach for something quick and easy is always there, pulling us away from what's best for us. But I promise you, small steps taken every day can lead to monumental changes. So, where do you begin? You don't need to make drastic changes overnight. Start by making one small conscious choice. Swap that processed snack for something wholesome, like a handful of almonds or a piece of fresh fruit. These small choices, made consistently, will compound over time, leading to dramatic improvements in your health and energy. Take the time to plan your meals ahead of time, so that when hunger strikes, you're not left with easy but unhealthy options. As you grow in confidence, try replacing one more unhealthy habit each week. Maybe it's swapping out that sugary soda for sparkling water with a twist of lemon, or replacing those chips with a bowl of mixed berries. Every small, intentional change is an affirmation that you are worth it, that your health is worth the effort. But here's the thing, eating well is not just an act of personal benefit, it's an act of self-respect, a gift to those you love. When you nourish your body, you're not just taking care of yourself, you're showing up as your best self for everyone around you. You're setting an example for your children, your grandchildren, and your friends. You're teaching them, by your actions, that health matters, that our time here is precious and worthy of care. Every time you choose to honor your health, to feed your body the nutrients it craves, you're not just choosing a meal, you're choosing vitality, you're choosing strength, and ultimately, you're choosing a future full of life and possibility. So, as you sit down to your next meal, ask yourself, am I feeding disease, or am I feeding vitality? The choice is yours, and with every bite, you're writing your story of health, happiness, and longevity. Take the reins today. Take control of your health and savor the journey, one nourishing bite at a time. 3. Build and nurture strong relationships. In today's world, where technology seems to have woven an invisible web of connection between us all, it is almost paradoxical that loneliness has become one of the most insidious epidemics of our time. Despite being more connected than ever, many of us find ourselves in a sea of isolation, perhaps not physically, but emotionally, and it's wreaking havoc on our mental and physical well-being. Experts now warn that the effects of loneliness are so profound that they can be as damaging as smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. It's a harsh truth, one that many might dismiss, but it underscores something we often overlook. Our connections with others are not just fleeting moments of happiness, they are the lifeblood of our health and longevity. When we talk about the power of relationships, we're not simply discussing moments of laughter or companionship. We're talking about a tangible, scientific foundation of well-being. Studies like the one published in P Medicine reveal something remarkable. People who cultivate close, supportive social bonds are 50% more likely to live longer than those who don't. But let's dig deeper. This isn't just about adding years to your life. It's about filling those years with joy, love, and vitality. It's about living in a way that isn't just about surviving, but truly thriving. Take a moment and pause. When was the last time you reached out to someone who has brought joy to your life? Maybe it's a friend you haven't spoken to in months, or a family member who you've meant to call but haven't. Now, imagine the power of rekindling that bond. Imagine the warmth that would bloom from a simple conversation. Relationships, like gardens, thrive when tended to with care and affection. They wither when neglected, and that neglect doesn't just affect the other person, it affects you too. The reconnection could be a small act, but its impact is profound. Not only does it bring a smile to someone else's face, but it also strengthens the very emotional shield you both need to protect yourselves from life's inevitable stresses. As John Donne wisely said, "No man is an island entire of itself. Every man is a piece of the continent, a part of the main." Those words, though penned centuries ago, resonate deeply with the truth of our interconnectedness. We are not solitary beings. We need one another. Our relationships are not just an aspect of our lives. They are the cornerstone. The idea that we can face life's challenges alone, isolated in our little world, is a dangerous myth that does not serve us. Building and nurturing strong relationships doesn't require grand gestures or spectacular displays of affection. It begins with the simplest of actions. Small, consistent steps that show you care. Pick up the phone today and call someone who means something to you, not tomorrow. A single conversation can bridge the gap of time and silence, rekindling warmth and trust. If you feel the need to expand your social circle, look for opportunities around you. Whether it's joining a local book club, a walking group, or a community center. These spaces are teeming with potential friends and companions who share your interests and values. The connections formed there are built on mutual understanding and shared purpose. The time spent with family is precious, something we can never get back. These moments are irreplaceable. Whether it's sharing a quiet meal, taking a leisurely walk together, or simply talking over a cup of coffee, the memories we make during these moments leave an indelible mark on our hearts. The energy and love shared in these intimate times become the very foundation of our emotional well-being. Let me share with you a story that speaks to this profound truth. George, a retired man in his 60s, had spent most of his life focused on his career. As the years passed, he found himself distanced from old friends and even family. His busy work life had taken priority, and relationships had gradually faded into the background. But one day, George realized something. He had let the most valuable part of life slip away, the connections with the people who had once brought him joy. Rather than wallowing in regret, he took action. He joined a community gardening club, where he found not just a hobby, but a sense of belonging and purpose. He also made it a point to call his children every Sunday, just to check in. Over time, something remarkable happened. George started feeling healthier, less stressed, and more fulfilled. The emotional bonds he nurtured became the antidote to a life that had once felt empty. George's story is a powerful reminder. It's never too late to rebuild and strengthen the relationships that mean the most to us. Our lives don't have to be defined by missed opportunities. With intentionality, we can rekindle connections and find joy again, no matter our age. Now, reflect on your own life. Who has been your source of strength, laughter, or wisdom? Who have you let slip away, and how can you reach out to them today? A small gesture, a simple message, or an invitation for a coffee could start a chain reaction of positivity, reminding you and the people you care about that you are not alone in this world. As you move forward, carry this life lesson with you. Relationships are not just about proximity. They are about intentionality, effort, and care. Whether you are reconnecting with old friends, deepening ties with family, or seeking out new connections, remember that every action you take is an investment in a richer, healthier, and more vibrant life. The people you choose to share your journey with are the ones who will make it all worthwhile. So, take a moment today to reflect on the relationships you hold dear. What will you do to nurture them? How will you make sure that, as you grow older, you are not just living, but thriving in the company of those who lift you? Take that step now, and know that the journey towards stronger bonds and greater happiness begins with a simple, heartfelt action. Because, at the end of the day, it is love and connection that make life worth living. 4. Stay curious and never stop learning. There's a piece of timeless wisdom that rings true no matter what stage of life you're in. Use it or lose it. This isn't just a cautionary tale for your body. It's equally relevant for your mind. Your brain, much like any other muscle in your body, requires regular exercise to remain sharp, agile, and resilient. When we stop challenging ourselves intellectually, we risk stagnation, and the consequences of that aren't just mental. They're deeply emotional and even existential. To stay curious and committed to learning isn't merely about accumulating knowledge. It's about nurturing a sense of purpose, a belief in the potential for growth that doesn't expire with age. It's an act of self-love, of honoring the magnificent gift of our minds and valuing our ability to evolve, adapt, and transform. Research consistently shows that keeping our minds active can help stave off cognitive declines, such as Alzheimer's and dementia. It's incredibly powerful to think that simple acts, reading, solving puzzles, or even learning a new language, can serve as shields against the relentless march of time. These activities aren't just hobbies or distractions. They are essential investments in your mental and emotional well-being. To me, there's something beautiful and deeply affirming about knowing that the very act of curiosity, the spark of intellectual pursuit, can protect you and keep you vibrant, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. As Leonardo da Vinci wisely said, learning never exhausts the mind. In fact, it invigorates it. And isn't that so true? Each new idea, each fresh concept, doesn't deplete us. It breathes new life into our existence. It makes us feel connected to the world around us, to the wonder and mystery that life holds. The simple act of picking up a book, solving a crossword puzzle, or engaging in a deep conversation isn't just about accumulating knowledge. It's about fueling your spirit. It's about ensuring that you're not just surviving, but thriving in the fullest sense of the word. Our brains are extraordinary in their capacity to adapt, grow, and renew themselves. Mental stimulation strengthens neural pathways and encourages the formation of new ones. In much the same way that regular physical exercise tones the body, stimulating the mind tones the brain. For me, this idea feels like a gentle reminder that we are always capable of change, no matter our age and no matter our circumstances. Studies have repeatedly shown that engaging in intellectually stimulating activities can delay, or in some cases, even prevent cognitive decline. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. But beyond just guarding against illness, staying curious and learning is about much more. It's about finding joy, discovering hidden talents, exploring passions, and opening up to new possibilities that we may have never imagined. It's not just about avoiding the decline. It's about making life fuller, richer, and more meaningful. I truly believe that as long as we're willing to keep learning, to remain curious and open to the world around us, we're never too old to reinvent ourselves, to reawaken that childlike wonder and excitement about what the future holds. That's the real power of the mind. It can make every day a new beginning, no matter where we are in life. 5. Learn something new. In a world that constantly shifts and changes, there is something deeply comforting and empowering about learning something new. It doesn't matter how small or how grand the pursuit may be, whether it's discovering the intricate details of a hobby you've always admired or diving into the vast depths of a new subject. When you commit to learning, you awaken a profound sense of purpose, curiosity, and joy. You breathe new life into your days, giving yourself the freedom to explore, grow, and experience life in ways you may have never imagined. Learning is more than just gaining knowledge. It's about nurturing your soul and reigniting that spark of passion that keeps you connected to the beauty of life. Take a moment to pause and think about this. When was the last time you felt that thrill of discovery? It's so easy to let the demands of daily life dull our enthusiasm, but it's never too late to reignite it. Today, I challenge you to take action, even if it's just for 15 minutes. Open a book you've been meaning to read, sign up for a free online course, or engage your mind in something stimulating like a game of chess or Sudoku. It might seem small, but those moments of focused learning add up over time, shaping your journey in ways you cannot yet foresee. Imagine, though, if you took it a step further. What if you dared to pick up that instrument you've always been drawn to, or learned a language that has intrigued you for years? Why not explore a hobby that has always seemed just out of reach? Life is waiting for you to take that next leap of curiosity. Think for a moment. What is that one thing you've always wanted to learn but never found the time for? That desire, that spark in your heart, is a sign that now is the time to dive in. Let this be your reminder that your journey of growth never has to end. I want to share a story with you, one that fills my heart with warmth and inspiration. Richard, a retired engineer, once felt that the days of learning were behind him. He thought his time to explore and grow was over, and he settled into the rhythm of quiet retirement. But then, something changed. In his early 60s, Richard decided to try something he'd always admired: painting. With a brush in hand, he began to explore the world of colors, strokes, and creativity. And do you know what happened? He found not just a new skill, but a deep, meditative joy that changed his days. Slowly, his paintings began to improve, and before long, his grandchildren were proudly displaying them in their homes. What started as a simple desire to try something new blossomed into a beautiful legacy. Richard didn't just learn to paint. He created something that would be cherished for generations to come. This story is a powerful reminder that it is never too late to begin something new. The beauty of learning is that it transcends time. It doesn't matter where you are in your life's journey. There is always room to grow, discover, to reinvent yourself. In our modern world, learning is not confined to just the books we read or the courses we take. It's about embracing the ever-evolving world around us. Take technology, for example. It changes at such a rapid pace, and yes, it can be intimidating, but learning how to use these tools helps you stay connected with loved ones, informed about the world, and engaged with the passions that matter to you most. Even beyond technology, learning is about embracing the richness of life itself. You might try cooking a new recipe from a culture you've never explored, or studying the history of a musical genre that moves your soul. Maybe it's starting a garden or picking up a hobby you've put off for years. These little acts of learning are the threads that weave the tapestry of a fulfilling life. So I ask you again, what would you love to discover? What curiosity has been tugging at your heart, waiting for you to give it attention? Perhaps it's understanding the stars above, diving into the stories of history, or finally picking up that guitar that has been gathering dust. Each new skill, each new bit of knowledge, adds depth and color to the masterpiece that is your life. The beauty of this is that your journey of discovery doesn't only benefit you. When your loved ones, especially your children and grandchildren, see you engaging in learning, they are reminded that life is a lifelong journey of growth. Your actions speak louder than words. You show them that there is always room for curiosity and that it's never too late to begin. Albert Einstein once said, "Once you stop learning, you start dying." But here's the truth. As long as you keep learning, you are alive in the truest sense of the word. With every new thing you embrace, you continue to thrive. So, as you move forward in your life, make this vow to yourself: never let a single day pass without learning something new. Let your curiosity guide you, let your passion fuel you, and let your determination carry you through. It doesn't matter if you only spend 15 minutes or an hour a day. What matters is that you choose to grow. The beauty of lifelong learning is that it nourishes not just your mind, but your spirit. It ensures that every day is filled with wonder and possibility, no matter your age. So, take that first step today. Let curiosity be the light that leads you on an endless journey of growth and fulfillment. Because in the end, the greatest investment you can make is in yourself, and your potential is limitless. 6. Gratitude. There's a simple yet profound truth that many of us overlook in the rush of our daily lives. Your mind is just as important as your body. It's easy to get caught up in the relentless demands of work, family, and personal responsibilities. But if we stop for even a moment, we might realize that nurturing our mental well-being is just as critical as taking care of our physical health. Gratitude, a practice that costs nothing yet holds immeasurable power, is a cornerstone of emotional and mental well-being. When we cultivate it, it not only transforms the way we see the world around us, but it also has a direct, tangible impact on our physical health. In the chaos of our fast-paced lives, how often do we pause to genuinely appreciate what we have? It's so easy to get lost in what we lack or wish for, but how often do we truly reflect on the abundance already present in our lives? Perhaps it's time we shift our focus. Studies have repeatedly shown that people who actively practice gratitude experience lower levels of stress, improved immune function, and an overall greater sense of well-being. These are not just empty words, but tangible results. A powerful study from the University of California discovered that gratitude significantly lowers the stress hormone cortisol and enhances the efficiency of our immune system, highlighting its profound effect on our physical health. The science behind it is irrefutable. Gratitude is a powerful, life-affirming force that can truly alter the course of our health. I can't help but think of the wise words of Oprah Winfrey: "Be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never, ever have enough." Isn't this so true? Gratitude is not just a fleeting feeling that comes and goes. It's a practice, a discipline that we must embrace every day. It's a way of anchoring ourselves in positivity, of retraining our minds to focus on the good rather than dwell on the bad. In a world that often feels saturated with negativity, gratitude acts as a protective shield, gently guarding us against the weight of stress and worry. It helps us see the beauty in the small, seemingly insignificant moments that we would otherwise overlook, as the sound of laughter shared with a friend or the peaceful stillness of an early morning. These moments of grace are often where true joy resides. One of the simplest, yet most powerful ways to make gratitude a part of your life is by keeping a gratitude journal. Every morning, dedicate just a few minutes to writing down 3 things you are thankful for. They don't have to be grand gestures or monumental achievements. Sometimes, it's the small things that matter the most. Maybe it's the warmth of the sun kissing your skin, the quiet serenity of your first cup of coffee, or the smile of a stranger passing by. Each tiny entry is a powerful reminder that there is always something to be grateful for, no matter how overwhelming life may seem at times. By making gratitude a habit, you retrain your mind to see abundance and joy even in the most challenging moments. It's not about ignoring difficulties or pretending that life is perfect. It's about choosing to focus on what's going right, instead of dwelling on what isn't. This simple practice can open your heart to a new world of appreciation, bringing a sense of peace and contentment that ripples through every aspect of your life. So today, I encourage you to stop for a moment and take stock of the blessings you have, no matter how small. It's time we remember that gratitude isn't just about acknowledging the good in our lives. It's about truly feeling it, savoring it, and letting it nourish us in ways we never imagined. 7. Embrace gratitude and positivity. In today's world, where everything moves at a relentless pace, it can often feel like we're constantly chasing the next thing. Life is loud, demanding, and chaotic, with moments of peace sometimes slipping through our fingers like grains of sand. Yet, amid all this turmoil, there is a quiet, transformative power in embracing gratitude and positivity. It's not just a practice. It's a choice, a conscious decision to focus on what truly matters, to see the beauty in what is right in front of us, no matter how simple or small. Mindfulness, the act of fully engaging with the present moment, has the profound ability to ground us. It teaches us to put down the weight of our worries and to let go of the distractions that pull us away from the here and now. By being present, we open our hearts to the quiet blessings we might otherwise overlook. Have you ever paused, just for a moment, to truly savor the taste of your favorite meal as it dances on your tongue? Or feel the warmth in your heart when you hear the joyful laughter of a loved one, that pure sound that feels like home? These moments, so often taken for granted, are the building blocks of a life filled with appreciation. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Gratitude is not about having everything perfect. It's about shifting our perspective. It's about acknowledging the gifts that are already present in our lives. For example, take a moment right now. What are 3 things you're deeply grateful for? It could be the simple fact that you're alive and breathing, the unwavering support of a friend, or perhaps even the profound gift of being able to hear these words and reflect on their meaning. Life's most beautiful gifts are often those that don't demand anything from us, except our attention and appreciation. The challenge is that gratitude doesn't always come easily, especially when we are caught in the whirlwind of daily life. But it's in those very moments of challenge that gratitude becomes even more powerful. It teaches us to look at life through a different lens, to focus not on what is missing, but on what we already have. When we shift our focus in this way, life begins to feel fuller, more vibrant, and more meaningful. As Viktor Frankl, a man who survived unimaginable horrors, once said, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." Gratitude is that change. It is the choice to find beauty even in the darkest of times, to shift our mindset from lack to abundance. If you find yourself struggling to maintain a practice of gratitude, don't be discouraged. Start small, but be consistent. Even in the tiniest moments of acknowledgement, the smallest shifts in perspective can make a world of difference over time. Perhaps, in the evenings before bed, you can take a moment to reflect on the blessings of the day, however big or small they may be. Or, if you feel moved, express your gratitude aloud to someone who has made a difference in your life. When was the last time you truly thanked someone for their kindness, for their presence in your life? That simple act, that heartfelt thank you, can do more than just make someone's day. It can strengthen bonds, nourish relationships, and spread a wave of positivity that reaches far beyond just one person. In the end, gratitude is not just about recognizing what you have. It's about sharing that recognition with others, letting them know they matter, and making the world a little brighter for all. So, take a moment to embrace it today. Let gratitude fill your heart, let it transform your perspective, and watch as it creates a ripple of love, kindness, and joy that spreads throughout your life and beyond. 8. A story of transformation. Let me tell you a story about transformation, one that truly resonated with me, and I hope it touches your heart as well. There was a man named John, a 50-year-old who had recently retired, and like many of us, he found himself lost in the quiet emptiness that often accompanies life's big transitions. The days that once felt full of purpose and routine now seemed to stretch endlessly, leaving him feeling uncertain and a little adrift. It's something that we all face at some point, isn't it? The daunting feeling of not knowing what comes next. For John, it was as though the vibrant colors of life had faded, and in their place was a dull gray of unease. One day, a close friend suggested that John start keeping a gratitude journal. At first, he felt skeptical, almost embarrassed by the idea. Writing down things he was thankful for seemed like an exercise in forced positivity. But there was a part of him, maybe it was a flicker of hope, or perhaps just sheer curiosity, that decided to give it a try. And so, he did. The first few weeks were awkward, like forcing a smile when you just don't feel like it. But gradually, something beautiful began to unfold. Slowly, the small things he had previously overlooked started to become clearer. A bird song at dawn, the warmth of his wife's embrace, the quiet satisfaction of finishing a long-forgotten project, all these little moments began to sparkle in his life like precious gems. Over time, these small moments added up. John's perspective began to shift, and with it, so did his relationships, his health, and most importantly, his sense of peace. His challenges hadn't magically disappeared, but they no longer had the power to weigh him down. Instead, he faced them with renewed strength, a quiet optimism that had eluded him for so long. This simple practice of gratitude didn't promise to erase the hardships, but it gave him the mental and emotional armor to stand strong against them. It was like a shield, one forged in the soft glow of positive thinking and the simple act of counting blessings. What struck me most about John's transformation was how gratitude seemed to act as a quiet rebellion against the noise of modern life. In a world where stress and negativity can easily swallow us whole, gratitude is the antidote. It rewires our brains, training us to see the beauty in the mess and the grace in the struggle. And the more you practice it, the more it becomes second nature. You start to notice the bright side, even when life feels overwhelming. I've come to believe that positivity is contagious. It's like a spark that can light up even the darkest of rooms. When you carry gratitude in your heart, you don't just heal yourself, you uplift everyone around you. Have you ever noticed how a simple smile or a kind word can turn someone's day around? It's like you've shared a little piece of light with them, and at that moment, you realize you have the power to do that for others, just by embracing the beauty of a grateful heart. In the end, it's this light that keeps us all going, turning even the smallest moments into something profound. 9. Incorporating gratitude into your life. Incorporating gratitude into your life is not just a simple act. It's a powerful shift in perspective that can transform everything about the way you live and experience the world. So, how can you begin to weave gratitude into your daily routine? Start today, right now. Take a quiet moment each morning, even before the hustle of your day begins, to reflect deeply on 3 things you're genuinely grateful for. This simple yet profound practice will allow you to focus on the beauty and blessings that may otherwise be overlooked in the rush of life. You don't need to make it complex. Just take a deep breath, allow your heart to feel, and notice the small joys that are often missed. Whether it's the warmth of your coffee cup in the morning or the sound of birds singing outside your window, these are the moments that matter. Mindfulness is another powerful tool in this journey. Truly savor the present moment, letting go of distractions and immersing yourself fully in what is happening right here, right now. When you focus on the present, it's easier to see the goodness that surrounds you, like the love of your family, the kindness of a stranger, or the comfort of your own space. Express your gratitude, too. Let the people around you know how much you appreciate them, whether it's a friend, a family member, or even someone you pass by on the street. Kind words can ripple out into the world, creating waves of positivity that not only uplift others but also nourish your soul. But perhaps the most profound question you can ask yourself is this: what would my life look like if I approached each day with an attitude of gratitude? Pause for a moment and truly reflect on that. The answer might surprise you, as it's likely that even in moments of difficulty, you'll discover an unexpected sense of peace and contentment. You might realize that the simple practice of appreciating what you have can shift the very core of your being, transforming your outlook and your reality. Embracing gratitude unlocks the incredible power to change not just how you feel, but the very way you experience your life. It allows you to begin seeing challenges not as obstacles but as opportunities for growth, setbacks as valuable lessons, and the ordinary moments of life as extraordinary gifts. Gratitude turns your attention away from what's lacking and refocuses it on what's already abundant in your life. It's a gift you give yourself, a practice that deepens and expands every time you choose to recognize and appreciate the good in your life. And here's the secret: the more you practice it, the more it multiplies. Gratitude isn't just an occasional feeling. It's a way of being, one that infuses everything you do. And, I'll be honest, gratitude doesn't mean pretending that life is perfect or that there aren't struggles. It's not about ignoring the difficult times or denying pain. No, it's about choosing to face those challenges with a heart full of hope and a spirit anchored in positivity, even when things are tough. It's about knowing that even on the hardest days, there's something to be thankful for, something that can keep you going. So today, and every day, choose gratitude. Let it fill your heart, guide your thoughts, and shape your actions. It's not just a key to a healthier, happier life. It's the compass that can direct you through the ups and downs with grace and strength. It's a powerful practice that will slowly but surely change your life. You owe it to yourself to experience the profound peace that gratitude can bring. 10. Get quality sleep. It's non-negotiable. Aging isn't simply about the things we lose. It's about the remarkable things we gain through resilience, creativity, and the willingness to adapt. It's about learning to thrive in the face of change. Just like Ruth and Clark, we all have the power to transform our later years into something truly extraordinary. Life after a certain age is not a time to retreat or fade into the background. It is a time to embrace what's left with full-hearted vigor and a sense of purpose. Consider Mildred's story, a story that reminds us just how important family and heritage truly are. At 84, she decided that many of us might be hesitant to make. She chose to remain in her cherished family home, despite her children's understandable worries about her safety and well-being. It's easy to think that such a choice is one driven by stubbornness or refusal to face the realities of aging, but Mildred's decision runs much deeper than that. Her home wasn't just a house. It was a sanctuary, a living testament to the rich history of her life and the generations that came before her. Each room echoed with the sounds of laughter, love, and memories made over decades of family meals, birthdays, and quiet evenings spent together. To her, staying in that home wasn't about holding on to a place. It was about preserving a piece of her soul, a reflection of everything she had loved and cherished. The house was woven with her history, her sacrifices, and the shared joys of a lifetime. But why do we sometimes hold on so fiercely to places like Mildred did? It's because of the deep emotional ties that bind us to them. For Mildred, her home was more than just bricks and mortar. It was a living, breathing archive of her life. Sitting in her favorite armchair, she could almost hear the distant sound of her children's laughter, see their little feet running down the hall, and feel the warmth of her family surrounding her. It wasn't just a place to live. It was a space where she could feel the presence of love that had been etched into every wall, every corner. Home is where the heart is, the old saying goes, and Mildred's heart was firmly rooted in that home, too deeply ingrained to let go of. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. But of course, let's not romanticize her decision. Choosing to remain in her home meant that she had to face the undeniable challenges of aging. Her children were concerned, and rightfully so. They feared for her safety, her health, and her ability to live alone as she grew older and less mobile. These worries weren't born out of a lack of love, but from a place of deep care and concern. They wanted what was best for her, and their fears came from a place of vulnerability. They didn't want to see her suffer, feel isolated, or face the challenges of aging alone. In the end, though, Mildred's story teaches us the importance of balance. Independence is crucial, yes, but it should never come at the cost of safety and well-being. This is where true family love shines. Rather than trying to push her into a decision she wasn't ready to make, Mildred's family worked together with her to find a compromise. They didn't simply dictate what was best for her. They listened, understood, and found ways to keep her feeling supported and connected. Mildred's children visited her regularly, checking in on her, and ensuring she had everything she needed without intruding on her independence. They worked with her neighbors and set up technologies to keep her connected, knowing that a little bit of technology could offer her more peace of mind and a lot more safety without intruding on her space. This wasn't just about creating a safety net. It was about nurturing Mildred's sense of dignity. It was about maintaining her independence, honoring her wishes, and making sure she knew she was never alone. It was a beautiful act of love, a love that extended beyond just words into real, concrete actions. Mildred's choice serves as a powerful reminder for all of us about the importance of preserving our legacies. In a world that seems to be constantly moving forward, urging us to discard the old in favor of the new, her decision to stay in the home where she had raised her children and where she had lived her life is a poignant reminder that some things are worth holding on to. Her home wasn't just a building, it was a vessel for all the beautiful stories of the past, a place where the past was honored, cherished, and kept alive. By staying in that house, Mildred wasn't simply preserving a structure. She was safeguarding a legacy for future generations. She ensured that her grandchildren would have the opportunity to walk through the same halls she had, to hear the stories of their family's history, and to experience the love and warmth that had been passed down through generations. Mildred's decision was not one of resistance or stubbornness. It was one of deep love, a quiet act of devotion to her family, and to the memories that would live on long after she was gone. In the end, Mildred proved that sometimes holding on can be just as brave as letting go. She made the conscious decision to be the bridge between the past and the future. As Maya Angelou once said, "There is a longing for home in each of us, a safe place where we can come as ourselves and not be questioned." Mildred's home was that safe place for her, and in keeping it alive, she ensured it would remain a beacon of love and memory for her children, grandchildren, and beyond. As you reflect on your own life, I ask you to consider what legacy you are building today. What are you preserving? What memories are you creating that will speak to the generations that follow? Are you honoring the places, people, and traditions that have shaped you? And perhaps most importantly, are you making room for the next generation to continue the stories and the treasures you've carried with you? Time passes so quickly, but the connections we nurture, the love we give, can last forever. Like Mildred, you have the power to leave a legacy that speaks to the heart of who you are, to the values you hold dear, and to the life you have lived. 11. Have a purpose bigger than yourself. Having a purpose greater than yourself is far more than just a lofty ideal. It is, without a doubt, the bedrock of a life well lived, particularly as we age and enters our golden years. I truly believe that this is the secret to not only surviving but thriving as we grow older. There's something deeply powerful about waking up every day knowing that you have a purpose, something that drives you, something bigger than just the usual routines of life. As a wise doctor once said, the purpose is the key to longevity. It is that spark, that unshakable fire within you that propels you forward day after day. It's the reason you rise from bed with energy and excitement, the reason you look forward to life's little moments, no matter how old you are. A life filled with purpose feels full and rich, not just in years but in the depth of experiences. It's more than just a philosophical idea, it's a truth supported by science. In Okinawa, Japan, one of the world's renowned blue zones, where people live long, vibrant lives well into their 90s and beyond, they practice something called ikigai, which roughly translates to the reason to get up in the morning. This purpose isn't about chasing wealth, fame, or short-lived pleasures. It's about something far deeper. It's about finding joy and meaning in the simple, yet profound act of living for something that brings fulfillment to the soul. I think we all have a deep, burning desire to feel needed, and to know that we matter. That's why finding your purpose is so essential. It might not come easily at first, but by peeling back the layers of your everyday life, you can begin to uncover what truly stirs your heart. Ask yourself, what excites me? What lights me up? What legacy do I want to leave behind? Take it slow. Don't expect to have it all figured out immediately. Start with small, deliberate actions. Volunteer for a cause that speaks to your heart, mentor a younger generation, or rekindle a long-lost hobby. Purpose doesn't need to be grand or extravagant. It's found in the simplest of things, in the connections you make and the lives you touch. When you step beyond your world and contribute to something larger than yourself, you experience a sense of fulfillment that is both nourishing and healing. As Viktor Frankl, a man who truly understood suffering and the power of meaning, wrote in Man's Search for Meaning, "Those who have a why to live can bear with almost any how." That why is what will keep you going, even when life throws challenges your way. It's the reason to keep fighting for joy, connection, for growth. Another powerful step in this journey of purpose is reflection. Think about what kind of legacy you want to leave. When you are no longer here, what will people remember about you? Will they remember you as someone who gave generously of their time and energy to lift others? Will they recall you as a person who radiated kindness and strength? Or will they remember how you inspired them to live a fuller, more intentional life? The stories others tell about you after you're gone will be shaped by the choices you make today. This is not just an inspiring thought. It's empowering. Reflecting on your legacy helps you take charge of your story, making you an active participant in shaping the life you want to lead. This process doesn't happen overnight, but it begins with the smallest of steps. Today, think about one simple thing you can do to infuse your life with purpose, whether it's making a phone call to reconnect with an old friend, signing up to volunteer for a cause close to your heart, or even simply writing down a list of dreams that you've let slip by. Each little action will add up over time, and soon enough, you'll begin to feel the powerful pull of a life that's rich with meaning. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 5 below to let me know that you are still here with me. In our modern, fast-paced world, finding your purpose can seem overwhelming. With all the distractions that come with technology and the societal pressures to fit into certain molds, it's easy to feel lost. But I want to remind you, that purpose doesn't have to be something massive. It's intensely personal, and it can be found in the quiet moments. The act of tending to a garden, the bond you share with a friend, and the role you play in supporting your family. The purpose is the antidote to stagnation, the force that moves you from where you are now to where you want to be. I truly believe that living with purpose is an ongoing journey, a daily commitment to taking intentional steps toward what brings you joy and fulfillment. Sometimes that means challenging yourself to step outside your comfort zone, rediscovering passions you've put aside, or being a source of support for someone who needs you. It may not come easily at first, but the purpose is nurtured through consistent effort and reflection. So, take a moment today to ask yourself, what is one action I can take today to bring more meaning to my life? And as you do, keep in mind the powerful words of Mahatma Gandhi. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Now is the time to embrace the power that lies within you and make your days count. You don't have to wait for a dramatic shift or a grand event. Life is too precious for mediocrity. Step boldly into your purpose, and let it be the guiding light that leads you toward the greatness that has always been within you. The world is waiting for you to live a life that matters. 12. Letting go of excessive worry about our children. Letting go of the constant worry about our children as we age is one of the most profound and freeing steps we can take. It's deeply liberating, almost like shedding a heavy burden that we've carried for far too long. For so many years, we've dedicated ourselves to guiding, protecting, and worrying about our children. But as they grow and mature, it's time to trust them to navigate their journey. We've given them the tools, the lessons, the love, and the wisdom they need to find their way. It's not about abandoning them, but about giving them the space to grow into their person, making their own decisions, and even making mistakes along the way. This act of trust is incredibly powerful. It's a gift of freedom both to them and to ourselves. As we let go of the urge to control, we create room for something so much more meaningful: peace. It's a peace that comes from knowing we've done our best, that we've given them everything we could to help them succeed, and now it's their turn to spread their wings. In that release, we finally breathe a little easier, recognizing that their lives are theirs to live. When we stop carrying the weight of worry, we can embrace the present moment more fully, savoring the joy, the quiet beauty, and the serenity that life offers us now. There's a deep sense of satisfaction in knowing that we can enjoy this phase of life, our time to focus on our happiness and our well-being, without the endless cycle of concern. But it's also about remembering that, as we age, the balance between caring for others and caring for ourselves becomes even more critical. Overprotecting our children, even as they become adults, can inadvertently hinder their growth. By allowing them the freedom to make their own choices, struggle through challenges, and learn from their own mistakes, we not only empower them, but we show them what real love looks like. Love isn't just about keeping them safe. It's about trusting them to handle what life brings and supporting them with our wisdom, not control. This moment in life is a reminder of the importance of self-care and boundaries. We've spent so much time looking after others, and now it's essential to turn some of that love inward. It's about taking care of our health, managing our finances, prioritizing our peace, and living authentically. By living in this way, we lead by example, showing our children and those around us that it's okay to prioritize ourselves and that a life well lived is not just about looking after others, but about nourishing our soul as well. The most profound lessons we can give are not necessarily through our words, but through our actions. Living with balance, grace, and integrity, showing kindness and a deep understanding of our own needs, is the greatest lesson we can teach. We must remember that in letting go, we are not abandoning anyone. Instead, we are choosing to embrace the beauty of life, trusting in the process, and finding peace in knowing that both we and our children have done our best. As we reflect on the powerful journey of letting go, trusting, and focusing on our well-being, I encourage you to take a moment and think about what you've learned today. What's one thing you've discovered that resonates with you? Perhaps it's the importance of setting boundaries or trusting your children to find their path. Maybe it's the reminder to care for yourself as much as you care for others. Whatever it is, I'd love to hear about it. Please take a moment to comment below with one thing you've learned from this video that you will bring into your own life. Let's share our insights and inspire one another to live more peacefully, purposefully, and intentionally. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more valuable content on living your best life. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to reading your thoughts in the comments below.